Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Reftaco, and today we're back with another video, and week 5 is here. We've got 14 games to predict. We finally got teams on buys. You see them right here. I believe it's Philly, Detroit, the Chargers, and the Titans. Last week didn't do too good. Went 9-7. My total is 39-25. But we're gonna hope that it gets better this week. Let's get right into it. Starting off Thursday night football, it is the Bucs and the Falcons. This game is in Atlanta. When you look at the Bucs, they got a solid win last week. Did the Eagles play good? No, but they definitely did their job. And Baker looked great. The offense looked great. The defense looked good. It was a good win. On the other side, when you look at the Falcons, they also beat a pretty decent team in the Saints. Are they what they are in weeks 1 and 2? No, but they still have something in there. And you beat them. It was a good game. You're going into a matchup. You're playing Tampa. It's going to be a hard game for Atlanta to win. And I do believe in the Falcons. I just don't believe in them that much. I have the Bucs winning 31-24. They'll be able to get a win, mostly because of their offense. I really like what I've seen from the Bucs. Rashad White, Bucky Irving in that backfield, I really like. I just think that the Bucs are going to get the job done. Then you got in London the Vikings and the Jets. When you look at the Jets, it wasn't good last week. You only put up 9 points. Your stud running back, your stud receiver were not good. You only put up 9 points at the end of the day. Whether or not you lost to not a great team in the Broncos. When you look at the Vikings, everything seems to be clicking. Did their defense kind of struggle late in that game? Yes, but they have been clicking otherwise. And that's why I just think that the Vikings are going to win this game. They're 4-0. They've been clicking all season. I have them winning 30-16. The Jets, they have something to fix. Do I know exactly what it is? No, but they definitely didn't look like the team that they need to look like last week. Then you got the Panthers and the Bears. When you look at the Panthers, they had the good win against the Raiders. They didn't look bad against Cincinnati. Now, yes, Cincinnati's 0-3. At the same time, we knew that Cincinnati was a good football team. They kept it right here with the Chiefs, right here with the Commies, who seem to be amazing. And but it's not perfect in Carolina. I'm still not the hugest believer in Andy Dalton. On the other side, when you look at the Bears, they got a solid win last week. Did I expect them to win? No, but they pulled it out. I like what I saw from the Bears. I liked what I saw from Caleb and DeAndre Swift. And I think I have them winning this game 21-10. I don't have great faith in the Panthers and Andy Dalton traveling up to Chicago. And I like that Bears defense. And I think that the Bears are going to put on a pretty good show and get a good win. And then you've got the Commies and the Browns. When you look at the Browns, it's not good. You won the one game against the Jags, but the Jags are 0-4, and you've lost every other one. So it's not been good in Cleveland. I want to say Watson's the issue. A lot of things are the issue. When you look at the Commies, everything is clicking. This team is great, apparently. Jane Daniels is good now, and I'm mad because while I don't hate the Commies as much as I hate the other teams, and I kind of feel bad because, they've dealt with Snyder for 20 years. Still, why do they have to have a good quarterback? With that being said, I think that this is pretty simple. The Commies are going to win this game 27-14. Commies are a good team, apparently. And, we're going to see this on Sunday. Then you got the Dolphins and the Patriots. When you look at the Patriots, it was a bad game last week against the Niners. The Niners are still a good team, even with 2 straight losses. The Niners are still a team to not be messed with. They had George Kittle back. They had Debo back. On the other side, when you look at the Dolphins, it's bad. I think that they're going to continue with Tyler Huntley. It's just not been good for the Dolphins. Man, Tua apparently means a lot to that team. And also, everything is flipped. So, it's hard to get in a rhythm when everything is either on the other side or the quarterback is throwing the wrong. I don't know. It's not been good in Miami, and I don't see it getting better. I see the Patriots taking a 16-13 win here. I think that Miami has a lot of problems that they need to fix. if they want to be somewhat successful before Tua comes back. And I still think that the Patriots, they've been pretty competitive in some games, mainly the first two, but they'll be able to get the job done. Then you've got the Colts and the Jags. When you look at the Jags, you are 0-4. You had a competitive game against Houston. That's good. But you are the only winless team in the league. You kind of suck at football. On the other side, when you look at the Colts, you're 2-2 now. You've won the last two games. You're probably going to have Joe Flacco in there. And I like what Joe Flacco did. Anthony Richardson, I still don't know if I should believe in him. Because, I mean, everybody thinks that they can fix the mental mistakes, but they just can't with him. But I think that the Colts will be good with Joe Flacco in there. Their defense looked fine. And I do think that they'll be able to get a 23-20 win here. It's going to be close. The Jags have been able to keep games close. They just haven't been able to come out on top, and that's exactly what's going to happen again. Then you've got the Bills and the Texans. When you look at the Texans, it wasn't a great game last week. It's an 0-4 team, again. But you did win, okay? Obviously, the week before that wasn't good, but overall in the season, you're doing fine. You're 3-1. On the other side, when you look at the Bills, they were electric to start the season, and I don't know what the Ravens did, but they found that Bills' weakness, and they exploited the crap out of it. When you look at these two teams, I think that this is a must-win game for both of them. Playoff seeding, and also just, you can be a serious contender with a win here. And I think that the team that's going to get the win is still the Buffalo Bills. I have them winning 27-22. I still trust the Bills. I know that last week was bad. I think that they'll bounce back after the loss. Then you've got the Ravens and the Bengals. When you look at the Ravens, it was a great win last week. You took a team that people thought were unstoppable. I thought was unstoppable. And you won by a lot of points. On the other side, when you look at the Bengals, you beat a Panthers team that, there's not were they good? We kind of don't know. But you did finally get a win in the win column. It's a positive thing. With that being said, the Ravens are on top of the world right now, and I think that it'll continue. 26-17, the Ravens get a win over the Bengals. I just like what I've seen from Baltimore, and Baltimore's a team, when they get rolling, we saw it in 2019, we saw it last year, there isn't a team stopping them until they get into the postseason. But yeah, Ravens, they're going to come out on top. Then you move on to the 4 o'clock slate. You've got the Broncos and the Raiders. When you look at the Broncos, you've had 2 solid wins in a row. It's been good games. The Jets didn't play their best, but you had a really good game against the Bucs. Bo Nix doesn't look horrendous like he did in the first 2 weeks. There might be something there. On the other side, you look at the Raiders. You got a win. It was against the Browns. Do I know what to say about the Browns? Not really. You did get a win. It was a good win. When you look at these two teams, I think it'll be lower scoring. It's not that low scoring, actually. But I do have the Raiders coming out on top. I like this Las Vegas team. 19-14, they will find a way to win football games. That's what Antonio Pierce did last year. That's what he'll do again. And the Raiders are going to get the W. What's the way Winston did it? He did it like that. W. The next game is the Cardinals and the Niners. When you look at the Cardinals, it hasn't been great. You had that, you had a decent game with the Bills. You had that great game against the Rams. And the hype was to the moon with the Cardinals. In the last 2 weeks, it has died down. But you still have a good team. You still have a good core. Trey McBride will be back. I still have faith in the Cardinals to an extent. Not the extent that I did, in week 2 when they seemed unstoppable. On the other side, you look at the Niners. They got back on track. A big win against the Patriots. Get their season back on track. They looked good. It wasn't, what I predicted, I think it was 17-13 where they were looking okay. They looked good. With this being said, I like the Niners winning this game. Niners got back on track. Cardinals, I don't really know what to say about them. 26-20, the Niners will be able to come out on top. Yeah, the Niners are a good football team. Everybody knows that, and they're just going to prove it again. Then you got the Seahawks and the Giants. When you look at Seattle, they had their first loss last week to a very good Detroit team. Everybody knows that it's a good Detroit team. Your defense just did not show up. On the other side, when you look at the Giants, they've looked like a football team. And that's something that, honestly, I didn't expect to say about the Giants. Daniel Jones looks okay, but with all the stuff that I could say about them, they're still not a great football team, and Seattle is still going to be able to get a 33-21 win, kind of a weirdly high score. But, yeah, Seattle is going to be able to come out on top. Yeah. Then you've got the Rams and the Packers. When you look at the Packers, it was bad early in the game last week, but you did pick up some momentum. You were able to bounce back. Love didn't look great, but didn't look bad. He had 4 touchdowns, but 3 picks. Yeah, the Packers, I think they'll be fine. When you look at the Rams, what happened to... the Bears. They didn't have a great game against the Bears. They lost. That's all that you need to know. Yes, all their guys are still out. It still is Kyron and a bunch of nobodies. But, they should be able to make it work. That's what you have to do as an NFL team. And I don't think that they will be able to make it work again. I have the Packers winning 24-16. They find a way to get wins like this. They will again. Then it is Sunday Night Football in Pittsburgh. The Cowboys and the Steelers. When you look at the Cowboys, they had a win against the Giants. Was it a great win? No. But it was a win. It was an okay. You won a football game. That's hard to do in the league. On the other side, the Steelers, you lost a football game. It was your first loss. You're okay. But, yeah, it's not good to lose. Justin Fields still looks fine. I still think that he'll start again. Yeah. With that being said, I do think that the Steelers have the better team, and they're going to win this game. They are still 3-1. They still, they fought last week. 20-16, Steelers are going to be able to, I would say, get back on track. The beginning of the schedule is so easy for the Steelers, and then they're going to have a collapse late in the year. Then you've got the Saints and the Chiefs on Monday night. When you look at the Saints, they've had 2 losses. It's kind of the theme. You lose a football game, it's not a good game. You win a football game, even with the same amount of issues, it's a better football game than the game that you lost. But yeah, the Saints, they've lost the last 2 weeks. They kind of dug into a hole that when they were 2-0, we didn't expect them to dig into. On the other side, you look at the Chiefs. They're 4-0. They have problems. Everybody knows that they have problems. Kelsey finally got used a little more in the last game because Patrick Mahomes decided to take his receiver's knee out. But yeah, and that receiver will still not have a knee and still not be playing in this game. With that being said, though, I do still think that the Chiefs will get a win. A little bit of a better offensively performing win, 27-24. They will come out on top. Yeah. With that being said, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If it did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.